I'll throw this bucket of water that says kerosene on it.
Okay.
Are those still funny? Are we still laughing at those kind of jokes?
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
What are we doing today? Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
We're going?
We're going.
We're going, everybody! It's Friday. We're live right here in the Woodsmith Magazine shop. So as you can see, if John does a quick pan around, it's a pretty quiet afternoon here, which is surprising because we're the Friday before the Iowa caucus. You would think that activity and enthusiasm would be through the roof, but it's not. It's really kind of quiet here.
There are the pre-caucus parties.
It's the
It's caucus weekend, it's Super Bowl weekend.
The weekend, I guess we're not due next week. Or
like-
our magazine issues due out the week
Right.
after, so we're a little busy.
Calm before the storm.
Yep.
So Dylan would be here, but he's having some stitches removed from.
This was not a table saw accident.
Not a table saw
No.
accident. This was a pet accident.
Puppy accident.
Puppy accident. Yep.
Little too friendly with the puppy.
Right. Don't touch the dog when it's eating.
Yep.
So if the dog whisperer's out there, give Dylan a call.
Caesar?
Caesar.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought we'd just do a quick run through of what's going on. I think we're going to start off in the finish room.
Because Steve's in there right now.
'Cause Steve's in
he
there.
can't run if we
Surprise.
corner him.
Yeah.
Surprise you live.
Shut the door.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, everybody.
That's a nice color.
Yeah, Dylan picked that out, the designer. It's the Woodsmith Workbench Companion. And I'm just starting to fit drawers, so.
So coat of, is that milk paint, I'm guessing?
No, it's over there on the table.
Oh, is it
It's
a
just a
latex?
Benjamin Moore Advance
Oh, nice.
and in a flat color.
Cool.
And
this has a top on it, right? Like
yeah,
fur
it's gonna have a 2.5-inch thick fur top. And then in here will be a fur pull-out work surface. Then you'll have a full width drawer, 2 drawers, smaller drawers, and then a door.
Yeah.
So,
And that color is garden cucumber.
garden cucumber, there you go.
So nothing says woodworking like garden cucumber.
Yeah, so. Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
You betcha.
All right. So we'll head back over to the editor's side here, just to make John walk a little farther.
Yep, I need my steps.
Everybody, Becky's here in case any of you guys wondering.
So I finally finished up a project that's kind of been languishing over here while we were taking care of some other stuff. A few years ago I had gotten this hand crank grinder. It's got a little tiny baby 4-inch grinding wheel on it. Picked it up at a, tool swap meet with the Des Moines woodworkers. And last couple of weeks I've been taking it apart, cleaning out all the gears and mechanisms, and then I put a couple coats of spray paint on it to give it kind of an aged steel black look to it and to remove a bunch of the rust that was on there. Got everything all lubed up and it works really well. And then just today over my lunch hour I was making this tool rest for it. Now the big thing that I want to use this for is for establishing a primary bevel on chisels and plane blades. And I saw a tool rest very similar to this in one of James Krenov's books. And he had it as a separate fixture that kind of clamped in front of the grinder. I really wanted something that I could just, when I need to use this, just set it up and go and not have to clamp a bunch of things on there. So I had a chunk of walnut, used one of my round planes, put a round on it to match the profile of the existing tool rest that was on there. And then the cool thing that I liked about Krenov's tool rest was they have this groove on the top for your fingers. So when you're holding onto a tool, there's like this little channel for your thumb and thumb and middle finger to ride in. And then it's much wider than the wheel so that you can start the blade well off the wheel, bring it across and pass it through. So it works it's wide enough for all my other blades too that I can do. just to be able to get a nice, even, consistent grind on it. And then I also have enough of a ledge here so that I can loosen it, bring it in, and still use it, for just straight on grinding as just a generic tool rest. So anyway, this isn't a tool that I use every day, but it's kind of fun to have a couple of hand-powered, Wheaties-powered tools. So
It's good to wear the kids out too in the shop.
right,
Like, stick them, hey, Levi,
yeah,
get to it.
yeah. So my son likes to just take pieces of wood and starts cranking on it and shaping, and it's really kind of like a powered disc sander at that point. So
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty cool.
So you got anything?
Yeah, so I spent this last weekend out in Las Vegas doing a turning class with Jimmy Clues. Super fun class. Turning's been something that I've kind of fallen down the rabbit hole with a little bit, and I know that's why some people don't turn, because they don't need more hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've started turning a little bit. There's some bowl blanks back behind me that I've roughed out and they're drying. So I decided to go down and take a class with Jimmy Clues. Jimmy's a great guy. He's hilarious. He's from the UK, lives in Vegas now with his wife, and does turning classes down there basically from January until like March, when it's nice and cool in Vegas. So I just got back Monday, and that was a blast of a weekend. I did bring back a set of his tools with me, so these are a new set of turning tools for me to mess with here. I got a couple bowl gouges, a 1/2 inch and a 3/8. I got a parting tool. And I also got, this one's really cool. This is called his mate tool. It is basically a hollowing tool for getting inside of a bowl and hollowing it out. And unlike most tools out around cutter, this one's actually a cutting disc instead of a carbide scraper. So this does a really good job. I'm excited I have to make a handle for this. I also picked up one of Jimmy's quick release collets. So this will slide onto a handle, and a 1/4 of a turn will lock it in the handle, 1/4 turn will release it, and then you can swap tools. I used this set for the weekend while I was down there, and it was really nice to be able to pull a tool off of the handle, set it on the lathe bed, and not worry about knocking it off. Because I do that all the time. I'll have 2 or 3 tools that I'm swapping between, and when I put a full length handle down, I end up knocking it off the lathe with my hip as I'm turning or reaching for something else. These are nice, they're smaller. I'm not afraid to do that, so I think I'll, maybe on video edition in the next week or two. Air compressor. Maybe in the next week or two we'll turn a handle for it so I can start using them. So pretty excited to do that. It's been a fun little thing. I have some other projects that I probably should pick back up. But it's
Tool cart maybe?
Yeah, tool cart, drawers for that right here.
You gotta let them acclimate.
Yes, they have to acclimate to the shop, and then when I bring them home, they're gonna have to acclimate to home.
Right.
Because right now the tool cart's like 3/4 of the way done. Sure. It is painted. It's in my shop. It has the Acro Mills bends in it.
Right.
And it's not finished. I know. So at some point I will finish that one, and I will finish my side tables that are in pieces in the video studio. So
It's always nice to have a few things going on at once.
yeah,
You don't really get bored with anything.
yeah, and I was in a shop funk for a while, so it was like I couldn't really get motivated to do anything, and now I have too many things going on and not motivated to finish any of them. So, John, you got anything?
No.
No?
Just finished up mystery boxes.
Yes.
Anybody got those? They
So
should be on their way.
Yeah, the mystery box promotion that we did at the end of last year was a huge success, much more than we even had realized. There were 2,000 mystery box orders.
Yes.
And one lucky fella even ordered 10 of them.
And that we saved the best for last.
Best for last. So that one got packed up and shipped out today. So by our very own John Doyle.
Yeah, I think John and Becky probably packed most of those boxes.
Yeah.
So you can send all your complaints to John and Becky at activeinterestsmedia.com.
Hashtag the real MVP.
So I think the other real news is talking a little podcasts.
Yes.
We have our own weekly podcast. We're calling it the Shop Notes Podcast. You can find it on woodsmith.com or all of your favorite local podcast boutiques.
Yep. There we are still working on getting it up onto, I believe, the iTunes and Google Podcast Network. But our web gurus that are smarter than us are working on that.
Yep.
So
Always have good nerds.
And we'll have them uploaded to YouTube.
yes,
Right.
they are uploaded. Just have to flip them on. So maybe we'll see if we can get that done this afternoon. And we also had Ben Strano out here. What, 2 weeks ago? Has it been 2 weeks?
Yeah, probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago from Fine Woodworking. He was here filming a episode of their podcast.
Right,
with
Shop
us.
Talk Live.
Yes, which was an absolute blast. It was fun to have Ben out, and they just released that one today.
Yeah.
So
you want to head over to finewoodworking.com and you'll be able to find their podcast called Shop Talk Live. And I know it's a little weird because we're supposed to be competitors, but I think really
we're not.
for those of us that work here, it's more like we're all fans of each other just because we love woodworking so much. So we'd love to have the Fine Woodworking guys back out sometime.
or travel to them.
Or go out there. Or just as a general invitation, they can come here and be with us for Handworks.
Yes.
later this year
I forgot
in
we do that coming
September.
up. Yes.
So-
Yep.
Anyway, also be aware of our Woodsmith Live online seminars. We have one on custom finishes.
Yep.
So if you have any finishing questions, comments, or smart remarks, before I do that seminar, that'll be on February the something. That's at woodsmithshop.com/seminars.
I will tell you when it is. It is going to be probably on February 20th.
20th.
Yep. I'm
right.
gonna say the 20th.
20th.
Yep, 20th.
11 o'clock, custom finishes. So if you have anything that you want to talk about or questions that you have about finishing, I'm not really like a huge chemistry guy when it comes to finishing. It's more of practical things that work for me and being able to get the results that you're looking for. So I hope to see you then. Don't forget to sign up for the whole year season pass so that you can join us every month for the Woodsmith Live seminars. And then when you do that and you're with us live, then you can ask questions.
Yep.
And we can answer them directly and you have a little bit of interaction there too. So other than that, I think that's all that's going on
Becky,
here.
any questions?
No questions?
Nope.
Okay.
A lot of comments. We love the comments. Any questions? Direct them at us.
Yep.
And until next week.
Till next week. See you guys.